The Mediterranean Sea stretches endlessly before us, its turquoise waters hiding secrets that have remained untouched for over 2,000 years. Beneath these waves lies something that could, honestly, rewrite everything we know about one of history's most enigmatic figures, Queen Cleopatra, the seventh and final ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty. For decades, archaeologists have been asking the same haunting question: where is Cleopatra buried? Today we're closer than ever to finding the answer. Here's what will absolutely blow your mind. Kathleen Martinez, a determined archaeologist who has dedicated years of her life to this quest, has just announced a discovery that's making headlines around the world. Working alongside Robert Ballard, the legendary oceanographer who discovered the Titanic wreckage, she has uncovered something colossal beneath the Mediterranean waters. But before we dive into this groundbreaking find, let me share two other incredible discoveries that have just emerged from Egypt's coastal regions, because, ancient seekers, what's happening right now is nothing short of spectacular. Imagine finding the entrance to one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. That's exactly what happened just weeks ago when archaeologists discovered 22 massive stone blocks belonging to none other than the Lighthouse of Alexandria. These aren't ordinary stones, my friends. Each block weighs between 70 and 80 tons. Think about that for a moment. 70 to 80 tons per block. These colossal pieces include lintels, door jambs, and various architectural elements from the lighthouse entrance. For centuries, scholars believed this magnificent structure was lost forever, consumed by earthquakes and swallowed by the sea. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Scientists are now planning to scan these blocks and create a complete digital reconstruction of how the lighthouse originally looked. We're about to see with our own eyes one of the greatest architectural marvels of the ancient world brought back to life through cutting-edge technology. But wait, there's more treasure waiting to be discovered. Just 23 kilometers from Alexandria, archaeologists have found an entire sunken city called Canopus. Now, we knew this city existed from ancient texts, but exploring it is a completely different story. What they've uncovered recently is beyond imagination. Statues from the Ptolemaic and Roman periods stand frozen in time beneath the waves. Ancient temples that once echoed with prayers and rituals now serve as homes for marine life. Residential buildings where families live their daily lives rest silently on the seabed. Water storage facilities that supplied this thriving port city remain intact. Fish tanks that hint at sophisticated aquaculture practices. And get this, a dock stretching 125 meters in length. This wasn't just a city, it was a bustling hub of commerce and culture during Cleopatra's era. Now here's what's truly mind-boggling about all these discoveries. We're looking at three major archaeological finds, all within a 50-kilometer radius around Alexandria. The northern coast of Egypt is literally revealing its secrets right before our eyes. Underwater archaeologists must be having the time of their lives because what's emerging from these depths is reshaping our understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization during its final glory days. Let's return to Kathleen Martinez and her extraordinary quest at Taposiris Magna. To understand what she's just discovered, you need to know the backstory. Years ago, Martinez found an underground tunnel, a passageway stretching hundreds and hundreds of meters, connecting the temple of Taposiris Magna to something mysterious beneath the Mediterranean Sea. During her excavations at the temple, she's already found burial sites of highly influential people from Cleopatra's time, including high-ranking military officers and priests. These weren't ordinary citizens, these were the elite of ancient Egypt. Now, in this latest excavation campaign, Martinez achieved something remarkable. She convinced Robert Ballard to join her team. This oceanographer brings decades of experience and access to the most advanced underwater scanning technology available. What they discovered together will amaze you. Using state-of-the-art sonar and imaging equipment, they've identified massive structures on the seafloor. The most significant finding, a gigantic ancient port. We're talking about a colossal harbor complex that reveals Taposiris Magna wasn't some remote temple in the desert. It was a major center of activity, a place where ships came and went constantly, where trade flourished, and where people from across the Mediterranean world converged. Imagine standing at this port 2,000 years ago during Cleopatra's reign. Ships with colorful sails arriving from Greece, Rome, and distant lands. Merchants haggling over exotic goods. sailors sharing stories from their voyages, the air filled with different languages and the smell of spices and salt water. This port was the heartbeat of economic life, connecting Egypt to the wider world. The scale of what Martinez and Ballard have found tells us that Taposiris Magna was far more important than we ever imagined. Does this discovery bring us closer to finding Cleopatra's tomb? Many news outlets are reporting that we're on the verge of solving this ancient mystery. However, as truth seekers, we must look at this carefully. These underwater excavations are giving us incredible information about daily life during Cleopatra's time. They're revealing the economic and social fabric of this era. They're showing us how people lived, worked, and traded. All of this is absolutely invaluable for understanding ancient Egypt's final chapter. But will we find Cleopatra's tomb under the Mediterranean near this port? Here's where I need to be honest with you. It seems highly unlikely. Archaeologists have long considered two main possibilities for Cleopatra's burial location. The first theory suggests she's somewhere in Alexandria, possibly underwater due to ancient earthquakes and coastal changes. The second theory, which Martinez has been pursuing, places her tomb somewhere within the Taposiris Magna temple complex on land. But beneath the sea at the port? That would be highly unusual for a queen of her status. Think about it this way. Ancient Egyptian royal burials followed specific traditions and customs. Queens and pharaohs were laid to rest in places of great religious significance, usually temples or specially constructed tombs. Would Cleopatra have been buried in a port area? It contradicts everything we know about ancient Egyptian burial practices. So while these underwater discoveries are spectacular and they're teaching us so much about Cleopatra's world, they might not actually lead us directly to her final resting place. But don't lose hope, fellow explorers. The search continues, and every discovery adds another piece to this fascinating puzzle. Whether Cleopatra rests beneath Alexandria's modern streets, in a hidden chamber at Taposiris Magna, or somewhere entirely unexpected, her tomb remains one of archaeology's greatest unsolved mysteries. And speaking of exciting news, I have one more announcement that will thrill every Egypt enthusiast. After years of delays and anticipation, the Grand Egyptian Museum is finally opening. The inauguration ceremonies are scheduled for early November, starting on the 1st, with grand celebrations. Visitor access begins on November 4th. This magnificent museum stands beside the Great Pyramids, showcasing treasures, including the complete Tutankhamun collection. It's going to be the most spectacular journey through Egyptian history ever created. So, what do you think, ancient seekers? Where do you believe Cleopatra's tomb truly lies? Do you think Martinez is searching in the right location? What mysteries do these underwater ports and sunken cities still hold? Share your theories in the comments below because your insights might unlock the next breakthrough. Join us next time as we continue exploring the treasures that time forgot and the secrets that changed our world forever. Until then,